What up, what up, what up? This is simply Simone Thyke coming to you live from the Shy. Um, it's an honor and privilege to be featured in this documentary. I'm going to share a little bit of insight about my life, who I am, and what's up with me. So sit back and relax and enjoy the ride. All right, question number one. What makes me so confident in myself? Well, that wasn't always the case because I was bullied as a child, and a lot of times people try to make me ashamed of my body because it's so odd, because my measurements are so crazy. But over the course of many years of compliments and maturity, I discovered that, who else is going to love you but you? So my confidence stems deep down in my soul. I believe that I'm beautiful on the inside and the outside. My confidence leads me to brilliance, success, being a boss. It allows me to believe in myself and just embrace my curves. Like, at this point in my life, at 52 years old, I could give two fucks about what anybody has to say about me or what people think. And as a direct result of me embracing myself and dating myself and getting to know who I am and whose I am through meditation, manifestation, and just pure, the realization that I'm sexy as fuck. And at the end of the day, if you don't think you sexy as fuck, who else will? And so I feel like I'm that bitch. I would definitely date myself if I saw myself walking down the street. And anytime you feel like you would date yourself, then you already know that you're confident as fuck. And that's simply Simone Thyke. So what makes me so confident? That's really a hard question because when I was younger, I didn't have a lot of confidence, but as I grew older, I just realized that, I need to embrace my curves. I need to get to know myself and understand what I have to offer the world. My confidence has gotten stronger and stronger over the years, but in my 50s, I've really discovered who I was, whose I was. And I realized that if I'm not confident in myself and who the fuck I am, then who will? So the main thing is to just love who you are. Look in the mirror and actually discover who you are. And, tell yourself, you that bitch. Because I know I am. And because I'm smart, I'm a boss, and I'm the shit. Simple as that. And like I said, if you don't think you the shit, then who else will? Okay, so if a full-figure model approached me and didn't have a lot of confidence, what would I tell them? Well, number one, as a CEO of TAFFY BBW magazine and Thicker Divas magazine, one of the things I try to do is I always approach women that normally wouldn't even think of themselves as a model, but I see the potential in them. So the first thing I would do is I would let them know how beautiful they are, naturally beautiful. And I would encourage them to embrace their curves. I would encourage them to step out on faith and try something new. I would encourage them to take pictures of themselves and try to find clothing and a look that would fit their brand. One of the things that I enjoy, I love my blonde hair. I mean, I wear all kinds of colors, but one of my signature looks is my blonde. I think it looks good on my skin. And so, and the clothes that I wear, because I'm so large in the hips, I try to wear stuff that's form-fitting. So, as a person who is insecure, you need to find that sweet spot. You need to figure out who you are, what you're trying to portray, and then go from there and find clothes, find makeup, find hair that matches that brand. And then also, I learned online, there's this one person who said, think in your mind of who the woman that you will always wanted to be. Think about what she looks like. Think about what she wears. Think about what her day is like. Think about the things that she does. And then once you figure that shit out, be that bitch every day. And that's what I do. You know, I do the same thing. And so while I cannot instill confidence, I can encourage confidence, and I can support somebody who may not be confident by giving them an opportunity to be in my magazine. Well, as far as business is concerned, what am I not satisfied with and what do I want to see? It's a shame to me that I have 12,900 followers and very few support my magazine, TAFFY BBW. Or I'm sorry, not TAFFY BBW, Thicker Divas magazine. I feel like if you are all up on my page and you're following me and stuff like that, the least you can do is support my efforts, support what I'm trying to do. Because I'm not just a fat ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm a boss. And I just feel upset that, you know, I'm not getting the support. Like, people will tune into my OnlyFans, which is coming back soon. You know, I'm gonna do that again. But I really want people to support Thicker Divas magazine. I feel like if men actually checked it out, I think they would love what they saw. It's not expensive. You can get a digital copy for $9.95. Or you can also get a printed copy for $20. And you get the digital for free. So, I mean, I don't feel like that's a lot to ask. And that's all I want, is to be supported in my business side of things versus just people being attracted to my fat ass. Simple as that. Okay, so the question was talk about the magazines that I've started. Okay, so in actuality, Thicker Divas magazine actually evolved from TAFFY BBW magazine. I gave birth to TAFFY BBW magazine of March 2020 during the COVID. It was just something that I always wanted to do, something I prayed about. And I called myself, you know, making the magazine co-ed. I wanted the pictures to be for the guys and the content to be for the females. I actually produced that magazine consistently for a year. And I've just found that it wasn't hitting like it was supposed to. I believe like the women were intimidated because they didn't want to see women in the magazine that were sexier than them. So they were being haters. And then the guys felt like it was too much content, you know. So I decided to split the two, and I came up with Thicker Divas magazine. Now, Thicker Divas magazine is 100% male, alpha male magazine. It features more of a boudoir feel. I feel like, you know, BBWs are exploited a lot. We, you know, are asked to bend over and shake our ass and do all that. And as a woman, I didn't want to exploit my girls. So I made the choice and the decision to make my magazine more of a fantasy versus hardcore. Because I believe that there are men out here that they want to leave something to the imagination. They want to see sexiness, but they don't necessarily want to see the whole enchilada. They want to, you know, dream and daydream about it. Have more of an intimacy with the magazines and stuff like that. And so that's what I'm trying to do. Now, I also did Thicker and TAFFY BBW magazine separately, also because I wanted to give my models an option. A lot of ladies that I approached when TAFFY BBW was more sexy and sensual, a lot of them didn't want to pose because that wasn't their cup of tea. And so I established TAFFY BBW magazine which is my women's magazine now. It's 100% women's magazine. It's almost like an Essence magazine for plus-size women that features fashion. It features current trends. It talks about manifestation and walking in your purpose. I have really thought-provoking articles in there. I have recipes, romance. I have poetry from my daughter, Urban Spice. And I have like a nice variety. So, ladies, I want your support too. You know what I'm saying? And I'm also looking for models for both. So if you are interested in more commercial modeling, then Taffy BBW is right for you. You can hit me up on Taffy BBW Magazine info@gmail.com, and I can give you the opportunity. Or be on the lookout for some of my, promos that I do, saying exactly what you should do. Now, if you are more confident and you want to be more sensuous and sexy, but you don't want to be, out there in a pornographic way, you want a little bit of sexiness and sassiness, then you can be a part of Thicker Divas magazine. I'm so used to saying Taffy. Either way it goes, you will be considered thick as fuck for you, because that's what Taffy actually means. So that's that. I mean, I just want more support, guys. I want men to buy my magazine because they're supporting me. I want ladies to buy the magazine, not just to support me, but to buy into something that's for them, that's designed for them in a classy way, and that's very thoughtful. You understand? My magazine is very thoughtful, and I think about the struggles that plus-size women have, and I wanted to address that. And so I wanted us to have our own magazine that was classy and sassy and kept up with things. So check out my new issue of Taffy, which is my bridal issue. It's really great, ladies. You need to check it out. And gentlemen, if you want to see some hot plus-size women, slim, thick, all the way to supersize, definitely check out my swimsuit issue. All right? So anyway, that's it. That's really the bottom line with Taffy BBW magazine and Thicker Divas magazine. All right, the question is, what was the purpose of me starting the magazine? Basically, well, let me start at the beginning. As a supersized BBW model, I didn't have a lot of opportunities. Let's just say that. And when I started modeling in 2019, I started with Thick and Thicker Models Management. That was Sean Montgomery. He gave me an opportunity to actually sign with his company, and he gave me my professional start as a model. I started that September of 2019, and then I was actually published in Shazzle magazine. That was my first publication in October 2019. And it was really nice. I felt good. People said that's a kind of unheard of to just be starting in the modeling industry, and then all of a sudden you're published. I mean, that's like unheard of, especially at my age, which I started at 49. Now, or 50 rather. 2 years in, I have been in 8 publications, including my own. And one of the things that I just did not like was the way magazines treat models. Every last magazine that I was a part of, they never sent me a copy of my page. I had to buy the magazine in order to see myself. I didn't like how they just exploited me for that month, and then they didn't keep in touch with me. They didn't send me other opportunities. They could just kind of like publish me and then kept it moving. Like, anyway, next. And I didn't like that shit. And so that showed me, like, okay, if you don't like what's going on, then why don't you do something about it? So I was like, okay, that's cool. So what people don't know is I'm a graphic designer. I have an actual degree in graphic design. I've been a graphic designer since 1995. and I was a teacher for 22 years. So I never really used my graphics like that. And so I said, you know what? I'm a graphic designer. I know how to publish a magazine. Let me look at what these people are doing, and I know I can do that shit too. Now, it was very hard at first. I ain't gonna even lie. I had people who treated me like I wasn't shit when I approached different models and tried to get them to be a part of things. And I wanted to give a shout out to Mahogany Blonde. She was the first person that signed up to be a part of the magazine. Miss Uniquely Made was also in there. Let's see. Courtney Love was in there, and Takori Williams. Those were the four that, trusted me and allowed me to publish them in my very first issue of TAFFY BBW. Over the course of a year, I managed to give 50 models an opportunity, male and female, an opportunity to be a part of the magazine, and I appreciate each and every person. Like I said, it's been a very long road, very tough road. I haven't made a lot of money off of the magazine, but that really wasn't the point. The point was to give models an opportunity. It gave a platform for brand new models who were in the same boat as I was and didn't have as many opportunities out there, but wanted to be published, so they could at least put on their resume when they were approached by modeling agencies, at least say they were published somewhere. Now, I did this year had a major problem with a magazine who decided they were going to come for me and make it seem like my magazine was not up to snuff or it was frowned upon or some shit like that. Needless to say, I handled their ass. I thank this platform for allowing me to have my voice on that. And I'm still going to produce it anyway. I don't give a fuck what any other magazine has to do. My purpose in life is to elevate and to, show that BBWs are not just a piece of ass. We're not eye candy. We're not a niche. We're not a fetish. We're not a thing. We're actually sexy, sensual, smart, and confident. And that's what was my purpose for producing both magazines, is to show that we have more going for us than just a fat ass or some big ass titties or a fupa. We have a lot of other things going on too. And again, I just want everybody's support on that. Could y'all just support a bitch? That's all I'm asking for. Just buy one issue. I promise you. Also, I'm getting ready to offer subscriptions, so be on the lookout for that. Right now, at first the magazine was being produced 12 issues a year. Now I've cut it back down to 6 because this is a lot. I'm a one-woman show. I have a mini staff, but basically I do everything. And so to make it a little bit easier on myself, I've cut it down to 6. But I promise you that the 6 magazines you get in your subscription will be well worth the money. I promise you that. All right, the question was, what other content do I feature other than models? Well, I feature a lot of content. Specifically in TAFFY BBW magazine, I have Thick Thoughts, which is my commentary that I speak my mind. I also have Bougie on a Budget Fashion Edition, where I offer information about different stores that offer BBW clothing, and I give my review. I also have a Bougie on a Budget segment where I feature food. Recently I did a top 10 vegan restaurant contest where I actually featured the top 10 best vegan restaurants, and I actually featured Chef Barbette Davis, who is the owner and chef of Stuff I Eat out of California. Gave her a Boss It Up award. So I give awards to people. Also in the new issue, I interviewed Lady Breon, who is a poet and a teacher and a philanthropist out of Baltimore. So I feature those kind of articles. I do high fashion. I do colors of the season. I do everything from shoes to clothes. My recent issue is the bridal issue, so I have advice about what dresses look best on, or wedding gowns look best on a curvy figure. I have poetry. I offer recipes and a drink connected to different events. I do all kinds of stuff. I offer ads in my magazine, and any small businesses wanted to be a part of my directory. I only charge $10 for that, for a business card size ad, and I can get you in front of tens of thousands of people that will solicit your business if you just be part of my business directory. So I do a lot of things. Sometimes I even do like Black Lives Matter. If something is going on, I will do like a special issue of Taffy featuring Black history information, stuff like that. I also support Pride. I'm demisexual, and so I am a part of the LGBTQAI community, and so I feature that. And so I have a lot to offer. I don't just do models. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of content and a lot of things. Oh, then also I'm big on manifestation, and I have Transform Your Life segment where I talk about different forms of manifestation and how to go about it. How to live your best life and how to walk in your purpose, stuff like that. So my magazine is about empowerment, elevation, and just walking in your truth. The question is as a supersized model, do I see other women that look like me in my circuit or in the modeling circuit? More and more. I'm seeing, big girls who are looking good in their clothes and stuff like that. Now, the unfortunate part is I don't think that supersized BBWs are respected enough in the BBW circuit. As you know, or if you didn't know, so supposedly plus size starts at a size 10. And so many of the jobs that are offered are only offered to people who are size 10, between size 10 and size maybe 14, 16. You have to be tall and stuff like that, and your stomach has to be flat. Well, of course, as a supersized BBW, that ain't the case for me. I'm only 5'2", if you didn't know. I weigh like 335 pounds. And obviously my measurements are crazy because I'm like my breasts are like a 54 triple D. My waist is a 42. And then my hips are like a 74. And so that's very odd. I look odd, but I think that I wear my weight well. I think I know how to model, but I just wish there were more opportunities for us. Because I think if it was, I think you would probably see more supersized BBWs coming out, stepping out and showing what they're made of. And not making the choice to be more sexy. You know what I'm saying? I see more of us on the pornographic or sexy or twerking or bend it over sex object side, and not the high fashion or commercial modeling. And that's where Taffy BBW comes in. I want to show that we can do both sides of the coin. Yes, we are sexy and voluptuous, but I also want to show that we are bosses. Like I said, we know how to put some clothes on and go somewhere. And we're willing to spend the money. We're big consumers. Plus size clothing is very expensive. And so when you find a nice outfit that fits you properly, and makes you feel good about yourself, then, it's a great thing. But like I said, there's not a lot of opportunities for us. And I wish it was. I want to be that united front and be an advocate for us And I just want to keep doing what I'm doing. And eventually I know that TAFFY BBW magazine will blow up and make it on the map. I'm manifesting that this year. Okay, the question is, what are the pros and cons of being a model and the owner of a magazine? Well, the pros are, because I'm in the industry, a lot of models trust me. You know, they know that I know what I'm talking about, and they know that I know what I'm doing. A lot of times people have these magazines, they've never been a model, they don't, you know, a lot of them are men. They don't know, have no idea of the industry and what's up with it. All they know is what they like to see, and then they kind of run from there, you know. Or you have these like gay men, which I had a gay guy try to talk about me and dog me the fuck out, and I'm like, what the fuck do you know about high fashion? And you're an ugly gay guy. You have nothing, you don't know shit about women, period. So the pro with that is, like I said, women trust me. I can use my magazine as a platform for the different businesses that I have, as well as my own career. And I'm able to help people. So those are the pros of that. But the con is that because I have spent a lot of time with two magazines, being CEO of two magazines, my career has taken a stepped on the back burner. And I haven't really been able to, you know, do my thing. And so that's the reason why I also cut the magazine down to 6 issues instead of 12, so that I can begin to start modeling again, getting back in the industry, start getting published more. Is my hope that I get signed by an agency so that I can really take the Supersized BBW industry by storm, you know, and show you that a short model who is considered stout and, you know, have all this booty, I can be high fashion just like everybody else. You know, and I'm very confident in my body. You know what I'm saying? And I want to show that. I want other people to see that at 52, and you can start a second career, and you can live your dream, and you can strive for what the fuck you want to do in life. You know what I'm saying? It's never too late, you know, to shine. And so those are the pros and the cons of being a model and then being a CEO of a magazine. Okay, so the question is, what do I want to see more of from the BBW community? Well, there's some things I want to see more, and there's things I want to see less. Let's start with the more. I want to see BBW women not being exploited. You know, I want to see BBW women not exploiting themselves. You know, one of the things that I can't stand is seeing BBW women making it clap for free and showing their bodies and being half naked on Instagram and all these other social media platforms, and not feeling confident enough to be themselves and show themselves in the proper light. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be sexy all the damn time. You know, yeah, I ooze sex. People tell me that all the time, but I'm also smart. You know what I'm saying? I have a bachelor's degree and 2 master's degrees. I was a professional person for, you know, 22 years. You know, I am a class act. You know, I'm not just a fat ass. You know, and yeah, when I'm Miss Bentley Thick, yeah, I'm sexy as fuck, and I know I am. But when I'm Simone Thyke, I'm a boss. And so I just wish BBW women would feel more empowered to be themselves, to show different layers of themselves versus just the sensual and the sexy side of it. I want them to be more bosses out there. I want them to show their confidence in a more conservative way. Leave something to the imagination, ladies, because you have something so much more to offer than a fat ass and some big ass titties. You know, being half naked on the screen. Now, I'm half naked too. But I'm not half naked all the time. You see me in fully clothed, and I'm just as sensual and sexy as fuck as if I walk around in lingerie. You know what I'm saying? So those are the things that I want to see. What I want to see less of, like I said, is exploitation.